Hello, learners. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagar.Utekar. Today, we are going to discuss about one of very common question which I get asked in my Discord community server during my weekly community call, my LinkedIn, my meetups, and conference. This one video will help you a lot and as well to me because this is a very frequent question: how to deal with 90 days notice period or 3 months notice. I try to keep it short to the point, also share my experience, how I have helped many of learners deal with the 90 days. So for this video, I have prepared a small document. I'll share in the description. I'll also share a Discord community server link. So it's a free community server, 24/7 available. I'll also drop, um, I'll also share all other links in the video description. So check them out. Let's get started. This is very burning question from all the learners. This one video will help. So 90 days notice period is common in the IT industry. Especially, I believe 90 days notice period is still there for the service-based companies. Okay, and this is based on my experience. This is based on all the communications I get with different learners who are working in a service-based company. Maybe some of product-based companies will also have 90 days notice period, or some startups also may have 90 days notice period. That's totally different thing. But the answer is going to be the same. How to deal with this 90 days notice. First, let's try to understand why all these companies keeps 90 days notice period in the first place. The reason which I know is that you're working on a client projects basically, or the company have the policy of 90 days notice period, then you will have to serve the 90 days. There are very less chances. We are going to talk this particular video, different options available, but very less chances that you will get buyout from. Why does this company keep or enforce 90 days notice period? Could be because of knowledge transfer. If you are working on some client project and you will need to provide all the knowledge about that project, what were tasks you are working on, how to deal with the client, what are the different issues, what is the future plan, and hand over everything which you are currently working on. So sometimes this may take 90 days time, or it could be 30 days as well. And the second reason could be project stability. So, first thing first, you need to accept it mentally that there is a 90 days notice period for your company, and 80% chances that you will have to serve it. How to know whether your company have 90 days notice period or not? You can check with the other employees, you can check with the manager, or you can check with a recruiter, create a support ticket, ask them. Or many times you will find this information over the internet as one thing which you can do to not get trapped into 90 days notice period is that which nobody talks about is you can always take the notice period time before joining that company, right? Whenever you are accepting the offer, you can ask this question to your manager or the recruiter: what is the notice period for the company? Okay, and this is not bad question at all. You should always know. Either you can check with a recruiter manager, or you can try to get this information from internet or current employees who are there. that company. Now let's talk about the second point, and this is where most of folks fail. They don't act professionally. They don't take professional steps while dealing with 90 days notice. The first step, if you are into the company where 90 days notice period is compulsory, is that you need to put your resignation email first. That's the first step. You need to act. You can't do anything more than that. You need to take action. You need to prepare mentally yourself that you want to switch from that job. Can be for positive outcome, or it can be because you are dealing with some politics or different issues in the current employment. The first thing, either for the 90 days, 30 days, 15 days notice period, is that resignation email. Okay. You can have a conversation with your manager if you feel like you want to talk about uh, hike or the promotion before putting your resignation email. That's also okay. You can check with your manager. Are there any possibility to get a better hike, or are there any possibility to get promoted? Then you should not put the resignation. So I'm just taking a step back, telling you that you need to have clear communication about your future goals with your manager. If you feel like there is no point in that current employer because of different issues, or you don't see a growth, or for whatever reason, can't comment on that, but that is a point where you felt like, no, I want to switch for the next company. You need to act. In your resignation email, you need to be very short, please, and polite and professional. Don't talk anything wrong about your manager or colleagues or anyone in the resignation email, because that will be a proof in the future if you get stuck anywhere. And I'll talk about why I'm saying this. You should be very polite and professional in the resignation email or during your communication with the manager, uh, with on Zoom meeting or over chat, anywhere. You need to be very polite and don't ever get frustrated that you are going to need to serve the 90 days. The next thing, manage the current company and current project. You, if you are working on a client project, think it like you will have to provide the knowledge transfer. Document everything you know. Train your replacement. If they get the replacement early, they will release you from that project. Especially for the service-based company, you are not billable resource, your manager will let you go. Okay? Avoid being overloaded with the extra work before leaving. This is very important point. People get attached to the work sometimes, especially during your notice period. You need to be very careful. You use all the work hours to do current project work, but after that, you need to keep that deadline. You need to spend all the remaining time for your interview preparation, scheduling the interviews. If you ever need help, you can talk to your manager. Ask them that I have an interview, or I need some um, time to prepare for my interview. If you have a good bond, then most of the managers always understand your situation and they will help you to serve that part as well. That is the reason you need to be very polite when you are talking with your manager, not during only during your notice period, but while you are into that company. Okay. Okay. This is the point which I want to highlight specifically. And I have been saying these two words again and again, polite and professional. Always be polite and professional during this entire period. The world is very small place. 90 days notice period is ample time to strengthen your network, get the next job. But the problem is the world is very small. Stay on good terms with your colleagues and managers. You never know when your paths might cross again. I'll tell you the story. And this is not a story. This is a actual thing which I also served when I was doing a job switch with the CrowdStrike. Do you remember that incident, recent incident, where someone was working for the multiple companies? I'm not quite sure this policy came into picture for all the companies recently, but I am seeing this trend with most of the companies where they have made background check compulsory. Before you join the company, they assign the background check responsibility to outsource it to some other company, Sterling or some other background check. And those company ask you to submit the documents from your previous employer. Now, that is not a problem. They also ask you to submit contact numbers, contact emails for your managers and colleagues for all the past employees. Plus, they call them, they ask couple of questions about your nature, your work, your commitment, everything. If just think it now, you are not on good terms with your past colleagues or managers, they can give bad feedback about you. You may lose this opportunity. That is a reason be on good terms with your colleagues and managers. Next thing is manage your future companies as well. As much as possible, just be truthful with your recruiter or managers, future managers about your notice period. Explore other options as well. If you can buy out from your current project, you can join early. Or if your manager can help you to reduce your notice period from 90 days to 30 days notice period. And that is where all this politeness and professionalism helps you a lot. If you are on good terms throughout your work time, then most of managers, directors will let you go. They also think very positive and good for your future. So don't take it negatively that you will have to serve the 90 days notice period. Your bond, professionalism, politeness, your contribution to that project will help you to get a buyout from that current employer. Okay? And in with your future managers or the recruiters also, you need to be polite, professional, and stay connected toward this 90 days notice. Now let's talk about the next point, surviving this notice period personally. I can hear that frustration, you know, from my learners whenever I get this message. How do I deal with this 90 days notice period? I can hear that um, frustration, trauma, or the problems they see that they won't get any job if they have the 90 days period. So you need to be calm during that entire time. If you have resigned from your current job, even though you don't have any offer in hand, or if you have offer, use that entire time to upskill yourself, do some certification, prepare for the next role's tech stack, and always have the discussion with your future managers. Ask them what are the tech stack they are using. Can you use this entire time to prepare for that tech stack? Okay. So keep a positive mindset. Think of a long cooling off period. Stay humble at your current work and never ever brag about your new job. Never ever tell that you're joining this particular company before you join that company ever. Okay, always remember that your current employer, colleagues or managers or recruiters may ask, where are you joining next? Ask them, uh, tell them politely that you are joining in some company, You're not comfortable to share the company name at this point, but uh, yeah, so that can be a easiest reason you can tell them, and I'm sure they also understand from what angle you are saying. So just keep it simple and polite. Okay? Now the last point is dealing with counter offers. 90 days in the 90 days notice period, people try to apply and get as many offers as they can. But see, problem with that thing is you are not going to join all those companies. Understand we should have the counter offers. And especially in this current market, what you need to see is that are you getting what you are looking for in the next job? Some employees resign because of the bad work culture. Do you have that good work culture in the next employer? Then it only makes sense to join that. Do you have the good manager in the next company? Do you Does your future manager thinks about your upskilling or career growth? Then only it makes to join the. Is never it is never always about the money or the package. Think always from the non-financial aspects as well, which are your future career goals, the long-term career goals. Okay, your colleagues, the company work culture, other benefits which you will get in the company, and then decide and take a decision whether you want to join that company or. Now, before winding this video, I want to do things. Covered everything from here. So before winding this video, I want to say a few things. There are two ways you can uh, deal with these 90 days. Either you can resign without a job offer till you get 90 days get job offer. Trust me, 90 days is more than enough. I cleared 4 job interviews in one day. I got 4 offers in one day. So from my experience is very much possible. How I got those offers? Because I am continuous learner. I keep on exploring the tech stack. I keep on working on the project. Keep on teaching. Keep on learning. So if you are going to switch, you need to be very well prepared for what is coming. If you are scared that you won't get offer in those 90 days either, then don't resign immediately. Most of my learners and the communications which I have with them, I understand uh, many of us, almost everyone, we have some responsibility from our family. We have EMIs to pay. We have um, families to take care. Lot of responsibility. So don't get frustrated. If you want, you can talk to someone, release your pressure. But whenever you feel like ready, then only resign. So there is a timeline which we are talking about. Before resignation, what you can do. After resignation, you are scared that you won't get any job offer within that 3 days notice period. Make sure you get to use enough time to prepare well, crack at least one job offer for putting your resignation. And then if you have a counter of if you have the offer and they the next company asks you to join immediately, your current employee is not agreeing to leave that, then you can always put the resignation. You have the offer in hand, even though you can't join them, but you can show that offer to the next company that you have this much offer. Unfortunately, you can't join them because of notice period part, but you are if the next company agrees, then you can join them, make them believe, and This should be come from within as well. Make them trust you that you are not a offer shopping kind of person. You will join them. Then only they will allow you of the 90 days notice, the future employer. Okay. Now the second scenario. You you're confident that 90 days notice period is enough to crack at least one or two companies, and your current employer asks you to serve the 90 days notice, put down that resignation lately, then use this entire time to do the interview, get the best offers, and current market for the DevOps and SRE engineers is very good, I would say, especially for the senior engineer. So it should not be problem. If you are solving daily DevOps SRE challenges, I'm not saying this because I have created them. I'm telling you this based on the results which we have with challenges. Use this entire time to focus on solving those challenges. You will get the best offer. Anyways, I'm here to help you. Community is here to help you. Recently, in this series itself, we have started sharing job openings. So you know that there are a lot of openings for you. Okay? So I told you already about you are not sure that you won't get 90 days notice period. Um, in if you won't get any offer in the 90 days notice period, then prepare before resigning. You are sure that you will get some offer during the 90 days notice. Then you can put down resignation, start giving. Other options we have already discussed. You can have discussion with your manager, ask them if you can you and get a early release, and check for the buyout option, can check with your future employer if they can do something, can check with your future employer as well. They can wait for 3 days. You are going to believe that you. I hope after this video, most of your questions right going forward instead of answering this question again and again. I'll share this video link. Now, story time. I think one of my very old connection at some event, the guy has been calling me social media company. So he got he is currently working in Bangalore in some startup company, data scientist. After getting a job offer, he got to know that he need to serve the 90. So problem with him that he were not aware about his notice period. That should not be your case. Should always check before putting resignation or any communication, especially when you are applying for the company. Should know what is your notice period. It at least you should have that clarity. Second thing, he called me one day and asked me how to deal with this 90 days. Now he already have the offer. We discussed about the offer. The offer destination joining was is in Jaipur. Okay. The pay difference was salary difference was of 2 to 3 lakhs or something. So might sound a very huge amount. To check it in hand salary doesn't make a lot of difference. Especially if you're a senior person, then I would always suggest this to my learners to target for 80%, 100% hike for the next jump. It is only a matter of 1 or 2 lakhs, then you are switching. Then so he did not switch because that is not the desirable offer for him. In one company, the next company was not doing that good future wise. His location was very different from his. I told him to either you can resign based on this current offer, then get 90 days notice period. You can utilize for preparing next companies. You utilized this, he utilized that entire period. You got the best offer after that. Got the offer from very growing, fastest growing startup. Remote work, best perks, the tech stack is also good. So he took that risk, took that challenge based on one offer which he was not going to join, but based on that one offer, he got their count. That also can happen. Multiple different scenarios. You need to follow these all the strategies which we discussed this video. I'm sure it will survive your 20 days period. Okay, so that is all I wanted to cover in this today's video. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end.